Medulloblastoma. This is medulloblastoma, depicted by the Medusa character with the blast behind her. This brain tumor commonly occurs in children and occurs in the cerebellum, represented by the silver cerebellum bell. This tumor is described as an aggressive primitive neuroectodermal tumor, often called peanut tumors, illustrated by the peanut. Histologically, this tumor characteristically is a small blue cell tumor, shown by the small blue cells of the Medusa snakeheads. Because it is rapidly dividing, there are lots of mitotic figures, depicted by the mittens on some of the snakeheads. Homer-right rosettes are also commonly found on the histologic examination, portrayed by the home roses bouquet. Perivascular pseudo-rosettes can also be found, illustrated by the vascular sumo rosettes. Enlargement of the tumor can obstruct the fourth ventricle, represented by the forefork in the vent, and can cause hydrocephalus, depicted by the hydra heads coming from the head. Symptoms include ataxia, portrayed by the taxi, and a wide-based gait, shown by the gait and wide stance. Although this tumor is extremely aggressive, it is radiosensitive, portrayed by the Medusa snakeheads suffering from the radio waves. This is one angry Medusa who rides off in her taxi after blasting everything in sight. She is mad because she thinks her boyfriend is immature and is annoyed at the way he calls for her by ringing the cerebellum bell. At first, she thought he was a perfect match for her with hydras in his head, but he didn't even notice the small blue cells she put in her hair. She further thought he called her fat when he gave her some sumo roses and thought he was moving way too fast with the home roses bouquet. Her snakes also hate his taste in music and cover up with mittens to hide from the sound. Medusa couldn't take it any longer and acted out by throwing a peanut at his head, sticking a fork in his vent, and placing a gate between his legs.